The Apple Watch Series 1 was the second generation of Apple Watch that was released alongside the Apple Watch Series 2 as the budget model. While not much from the outside of the Apple Watch Series 1 was changed from the original Apple Watch, the internals are completely reamped, and that is why prototypes needed to be made. Welcome to another Apple demo video, and today we're going to be looking at a very special prototype. Here is an Apple Watch Series 1 prototype that was actually destroyed, but was revived and now works again. As is common with many Apple prototypes, once a device has served its purpose to Apple, it is destroyed. There are several methods in which Apple destroys prototypes, which includes, but is not limited to, brute force, obliterating, meaning completely destroying any and all software on a prototype, tasing devices with electricity, and even shredding. In the case of this Apple Watch Series 1, it would appear that only brute force was used, which made it so this device could be resurrected. As you can probably already notice from the video, the device is currently in a fully functional state. But let's rewind time and go back to the original condition that I received this Apple Watch in. This is the first and only photo that I actually received of the watch prior to purchase. The Apple Watch was being sold completely as is, with no guarantees that it would be functional. The seller also pointed out that it appeared that there was damage to the screen cable, and was willing to let the watch go pretty cheap because of it. After my initial inspection of the watch, I didn't really want it, to be honest, at first, but after a lot of bargaining and the seller bringing down the price quite a bit, I caved in, took the risk, and made the purchase. It turned out that the quote-unquote damage to the screen cable was actually just the previous screen that had been forcefully removed without the cable part. After disconnecting the remnants of the old screen cable and linking up a test screen and a test battery, this is what I saw. Shortly after, I purchased a really good condition iCloud locked Apple Watch Series 1 and snagged the good battery and the good screen from that watch so that I could be assured that only genuine parts were going into this prototype. Even though the watch is now in a fully functional state, there is still cosmetic damage to it that can't be reverted. However, I honestly believe that this just adds to the history of the watch. The composite back of this Apple Watch is extremely misshapen, as you can see from the video, but amazingly it's not shattered. Wireless charging and the sensors on the back of the watch still work just fine. There is also a very large gash on the bottom right of the Apple Watch. And if you look at where the composite back is the most quote-unquote flattened, it appears right next to the gash. This leads me to believe that this Apple Watch had an extremely large impact from something like a hammer. This was in all likelihood an attempt to quickly shatter the logic board, as smashing an Apple Watch in this fashion often causes the sensors on the back to smash into the board and shatter it into pieces. Here's an example of another Apple Watch prototype that I purchased that I unfortunately was not so lucky on. This other stainless steel Apple Watch prototype has the same type of damage, however the board was successfully shattered in this case. The actual Apple Watch prototype itself is of the DVT stage of prototyping. That is why it has QR codes and other markings that other later stage prototypes don't usually have. The Apple Watch doesn't run watchOS, but instead runs non-UI, or also known as SwitchBoard, which is essentially Apple's development operating system used for testing. The internals of this Apple Watch are also developmental in nature, aside from the screen and battery for obvious reasons. And of course, as is similar with other earlier stage Apple Watch prototypes, the manufacturing date of this particular watch dates far before the final release, and the serial number does not show up on apple.com. Now here's a short demonstration of this prototype Apple Watch in action. This Apple Watch was obviously quite the risk to purchase, because had it not been functional, I probably would have ended up losing a little bit of money. However, in my honest opinion, this Apple Watch has kind of grown on me. The fact that there was an attempt to destroy this piece of hardware and reduce it to nothing more than scrap. Yet even with the catastrophic damage that it did take, the watch still lives to see another day and will likely remain in my collection for many years to come. Thank you again for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please even consider subscribing. It really helps motivate me create more content. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.